Hi, Padres. We have a mediocre show for you today. Don't you think so, Chase?
Couldn't have said it better myself, Basilio. Today we are interviewing Juliana Smith on Breaking Down the Walls.
After that, we have a segment by our very own Sawana Lalutu on the volleyball team.
All this and more
on the Friday show.
Wow, Logan looked pretty sad. Hope he feels better after watching this.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of feeling better, the first game of CCS football is here this Saturday against Mount Pleasant. The game starts at 1. It's $5 for students and $10 for adults, even if you have an ASB stamp.
There's still time to sign up for Breaking Down the Walls. Go to my school and pick your date. Monday the 19th or Tuesday the 20th.
If you're selling Super Bowl raffle tickets for your club or team, get your money and ticket stubs into your coach and advisor as soon as you get them, or else.
Or else what?
Or else, I don't know. All I do know is that Connor and Wyatt have a history of the day. Let's cut to that.
Hey Padres, so I'll be giving you the history of the day today with Connor. So today in 1906, Teddy Roosevelt traveled to Panama to examine the construction of the Panama Canal, which America had gained the rights to build just 3 years earlier.
The canal was finished in 1914 and cost the U.S. $500 million. This was the first time a president traveled outside the United States. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
If you go off script, you gotta tell me.
Chase, we're rolling.
I could have helped you.
Chase, we're rolling.
Oh.
Padres, parents are providing treats at break in the amphitheater. Everyone's invited as a part of their effort to provide healthy, balanced snacks for all.
Yum, that sounds delicious. There's no school on Monday because of Veterans Day. To give thanks, thank your local veteran. Now we have Juliana Smith here to talk to you about Breaking Down the Walls.
Hi, I'm Juliana, your ASB president. We invite all students to join us for Breaking Down the Walls. This workshop takes place November 19th through 20th. This program was designed to empower, engage, and encourage all students in order to create a more positive and supportive campus environment. Please join us.
Clubs.
Today we have Ethics Bowl in room 25.
Chamber music in room 35.
Art in room 16.
Interact Club in room 15.
Cyber Patriots and Tech Club in room 6.
That's all the clubs for today. Now we have a segment by Sawana on the volleyball team.
What you wanna do, baby? Where you wanna go? I'll take you to the moon, baby. I'll take you to the floor. I treat you like a real lady, no matter where you go. Just give me some time, baby, 'cause you know
I'm gonna miss being around all the girls and the coaches since I've been in the program for 4 years. Like, I spent a lot of time with them, and so being away from them is gonna be really weird.
I'm gonna miss the coaches, especially Izzy and Shelby, and my teammates that I've played with for several years now. One highlight of this season was beating Catalina this year because they have been a huge rival in the past.
To players next year to try their best and just work hard to improve themselves and just have fun at the same time.
5 more hours, we're just getting started.
Thanks, Sawana.
Sports news today. First of all, good luck to girls tennis who have CCS today and tomorrow.
Also, if you're on the cross-country team, come out to movie night tonight to get ready for CCS tomorrow at Belmont.
For those who are itching for some community service, we've got just what you need.
On Saturday, the Big Sur Marathon needs some volunteers to be Otter mascot to help motivate runners.
Also, the Homework Club needs help at River School. They need volunteers to help kids with their homework.
Padres, Safeway needs your help to support Monterey County Food Bank with their Feed the Need campaign.
Basilio, have you ever been to the Santa Fly-In?
I have. It's lots of fun.
Well, if you're just excited for the Fly-In as Basilio is, the Carmel Valley Community Center needs volunteers to get ready for the Santa Fly-In for December 8th.
If any of these interest you, or you are looking to clock in some community service hours, there's more info in the bulletin.
Now we have the Environmental Minute brought to you by Tess.
Next week, students will be walking around with orange buckets to collect your compost. Compostable items can be food scraps, compostable plates, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask the students. See you later.
Birthdays!
Today there are no birthdays.
But tomorrow, happy birthday to Morgan Bonfante,
Dylan Cohen,
Ethan McCluskey,
Dylan Wicks.
and Sunday, happy birthday to Nathan Lewis.
Thanks for watching, Padres.
We'll see you next time on
The Friday Show!
That didn't go that bad, did it?
I wasn't the one who went off script.
Oh.
Okay, so we now have some AP veterans who went through the portfolio process last year and are going to share their tips, advice, as well as some of their struggles. They're also going to show some of their images to you as well from last year, as well as some of the things they're working on now. So could I please have Meredith, Zay, Lucy, Dagmar, and Nellie. You guys already have a mic. That could be. So take it away, ladies.
Is this okay? So I'm Nellie, and last year I was in both AP 2D and AP Drawing, and that was really intense, but it was really a fun year. And so my concentration, this is for AP 2D, both of them had this environmental sort of theme to them, and I just kind of went with what I like to draw and I combine what I'm passionate about drawing, which are like buildings and nature, with kind of a cause that's important to me. So yeah, for AP 2D, I did pictures mostly for breadth, but then went back to like what I am usually doing in art, which is a lot of drawing. And then for drawing, my concentration kind of was about a bee and bees' lives. So, because bees are really important to me, but basically my experience was that it's a lot to try to do 48 pieces of art in 1 year. But it really did, I feel like I grew a lot from doing that and kind of got a sort of a system going where like on the weekend I would listen to like a 5-hour podcast and just whip out a piece of art. And so I would recommend that if you really want to push yourself, that is a way to do it. But yeah, thank you.
Hi. So my concentration was on Cuba, and the amazing thing about the city of Havana is that it actually has a color scheme. So I tried to capture that in my images by using very vibrant, warm colors, and then focusing on that and the people of Cuba. And then this piece was a time of very vast growth for me. So I went from just taking pictures to actually realizing how to use Photoshop. And I'm still editing this picture. A couple nights ago I added the drop shadow. So it's still a work in progress.
Okay.
Hello, as you guys probably could infer, my name is Zay, and I did AP Drawing last year, and I'm in AP 2D this year. And these are two of my breadth pieces from last year, and I chose the both of them because I feel like they highlight how my style adapts to both realism and how I work with cartoon and stuff. And I bring that up because the thing I most want to talk about up here is advice. Because last year I really struggled with trying to put my style into what I wanted it to be, instead of embracing what it was and seeing where that took me. So now this year, in AP 2D, I'm kind of out of my element. I've dabbled in photography like with my phone and stuff, but now I actually have a really nice camera. And I'm finding that the art tools I learned through sketching and painting are translating into 3D stuff and photography. And that's allowing my style to really grow and find its true voice, which I value immensely. I highly suggest taking AP2D if you're in drawing right now, or vice versa. It's an excellent learning experience. And I tend to work a lot with textiles, so I'm adapting that to paper and things. And I would suggest something that I've taken to this year is finding one principle of design and really running with it. Because if you start to experiment with how color works, like color schemes, if you find out if you like vibrancy or the complementary colors like working together, or like juxtaposition of the warms and cools, chances are you'll probably end up finding a lot more about how your style adapts to things like line and texture and weight. And even though art is an incredible thing that can't truly be judged on an objective scale, that's what the AP graders are doing. So really work with those principles of design, find one that you love, and just stretch it as far as you possibly can. And that's all I gotta say.
Hi, I'm Meredith, and last year I did the AP2D portfolio, which was one of my favorite things because you don't have to just draw, you don't have to take pictures, you could edit things. In my case, I kind of did both, and I'll have to be honest, I kind of pushed my concentration into the last second. And so what I did was I took like a picture from my past and a picture that was like more present, that sort of had like the same area or same mood to it. And I thought that it was like funny that you could find yourself at the same place years and years from now. So I kind of drew something in the middle that would reflect the future, even if it's like not possible, like me getting killed by a clam or me with dentures or anything like that. I think if you're having trouble finding what you want to do with your concentration, it's really nice if it's something personal, like if you could just take pictures from your own life. And like Nellie really cared about environmentalism, so that's something you could find, a theme like that. And I am really into photo editing and digital drawing, so that's how I did my 2D portfolio. But this year is more of a challenge because it's AP drawing, so it has to be more traditional, and this is obviously like a work in progress, but I still kind of like to have that humor in my work. And so it's a watercolor painting of like a brainstorm because I want to do mine on idioms. But yeah, definitely coming up with a concentration idea early on and something that you like and what you want to do will make the process easier. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Hello, so as you all know, my name is Dagmar, and last year I took AP Drawing, and my concentration, it was fun, but it was a little frustrating, I'll admit, because it took me forever to finish pieces. Like, I think my first one took me about 4 weeks, but because it was something that I liked to do, like mine focused on Greek mythology and flowers, and I really enjoyed that because it was so much fun. It came a lot easier. So I think
that style, like why, like what does it get out of you? Like
what does it get out of me?
Do other styles?
It's kind of just like making fun of myself sometimes, or just finding like a serious way to talk about just like a funny idea, or a funny way to show a serious idea. I think my art looks a lot like a children's book sometimes, or like maybe some cartoons.
This is not a finished product. So it's really just blending out the colors here more, adding trees, and then also a house right here to look more like a neighborhood, or just something where it's a road with actual things on the side. But yeah, I've mostly spent